Alrighty, Crimson Tusk.
Yeah.
Yep, Jaeger stage today.
Yes, it is.
2:35.
Excited?
Yeah, it's going to be good. We're tried through Metal to Masses for 3 years roughly. We finally got there.
Yeah, so you were the ones that didn't quite make it, but you were so bloody good they couldn't say no to you.
Exactly, too irresistible.
Either that or the sympathy vote.
Yeah.
But too good to say no. We'll go with that one.
Yeah. So which region were you too good for everybody else?
Oxfordshire.
I like this. You can get up here, you guys.
Yeah. We're looking for a guy actually.
Yeah, I'm going to talk. So what was the competition like at Oxford? I mean, obviously quite tough. If they managed to get 2 bands through, you must have had a good region.
Yeah, it was quite a mix as well. Oxford's got a really weird kind of just slapdash. Everyone plays their own kind of thing.
Yeah. It's weird. Like when I first started playing in the scene, I used to be in an old band, Overlord, and at that point there was sort of there was a really big sort of surge in that sort of like stoner rocky sort of vintage style heavy metal. And it's sort of like now there doesn't seem to be too much of a middle ground. You get a lot of the sort of melodic metalcore, a lot of the mathcore stuff, and then the other side of it is like doom or like just absolutely horrendously heavy stuff. And it's all great stuff, but it's sort of there seems to be that sort of splitting of the factions now, and I think in a way that makes it more difficult to stand out. But thankfully I think we stood out enough to sort of be here today, and so did the Hope Burden, who actually won our heat. So
they started off as like instrumental ambient kind of stuff, didn't they? And then they added the vocalist a couple of years later, and then boom, there they are, this stage.
Absolutely fantastic, and they owned it, absolutely rocked it, and couldn't have thought of a better band to represent our scene from Oxfordshire, and from sort of like,
I mean, other than Crimson Tusk, they're pretty good.
I mean, other from those guys, yeah, I've heard their drummer's a bit of a dick though.
Oh, he is. Absolutely.
Right, tricky question for you guys. Imagine you were, rather than competing, you were judging, okay? And imagine the results weren't the way they were. What band should have won? If it hadn't been you and the other bands going through?
Oh wow, that's a tough question, man.
It is, isn't it?
So
that's why I like asking it.
So without being biased, I do really like our stuff. I actually really enjoyed the Crushing.
Oh, they were fantastic.
They do kind of like, it's the tunes are really heavy. They're like really well played music, but there is a slight comedy vibe to their stuff. Like there's one song that they play which is all about how you construct a story. So rather than like it was like, rather than saying like the character's name is just protagonist, and then it explains how you would structure a whole story. That was hilarious.
And they had red hats with "Make Bloodstock Great Again" on it. I think they were quite good. I think there was the band that were the wild cards that sort of like came back into the semi-finals and I think it was they came back to the semi-finals, wasn't it, or was it the
King Ballet?
No, Bloodshot.
Oh, Bloodshot.
Oh, no, the wild card. They got sort of jumped back into the final after being knocked out in the heats. Those guys are just like they're on another level with what they're doing, and they're so like I'm only 24 myself, but they're quite young kids, and they've got such a great understanding of where they want to go with their sound. And Eddie, their drummer, right, dude, he's by far like if he forgot half of what he knows about drumming, he'd still be a better drummer than me. He's absolutely amazing. They play really well.
So you're sacked.
And they're here now. They all come as a band every year to Bloodstock Festival, so like they know what it means they would have known what it meant to have played, and I think they would have killed it, absolutely killed it.
On the assumption that they try again next year,
they'll get through. If they try again next year, they'll get through, absolutely, hands down. If I was judging it, I would have put them through this year, absolutely.
Brilliant. So you're talking about everybody coming as to Bloodstock as a group. You guys been here before, I take it?
This is my first year.
This is my first year here as well. I know that Josh, our bass player, he sort of like religiously came here for quite a number of years.
I think it was 6 or 7 on the bounce.
I think it was something ridiculous like that. So this has always been the one that he comes back to.
So what were your first impressions here? Because you've been here for 2 days effectively as punters.
So the only other festival I've been to that I can really compare it to, obviously, is Download Festival, and I much prefer this. It's a slightly tighter setup, which I prefer. Download it was always, I'll go back to the camp and get something. I'll be back in an hour.
Yeah.
You know, it's so fucking.
I think it's a really good display of what can be done still with independent heavy metal festivals, because obviously you've got a lot of ticketing companies, a lot of PR companies that have their investment into some of the bigger places. I think it's great that you're seeing independent committees investing in what the people want, and also they're attracting enough interest from people like Hobgoblin and Orange Amplifiers that are sponsoring our stage, and I know that there's a plethora of different musical instrument companies that are sponsoring all the other stages as well. The fact that they can see it as a really good foundation to project onto passionate people and project their own passion as well. I think it shows. So I think it's a really positive vibe. Everyone's been really friendly. I don't think you could ask for anything better, really.
That's the other thing, actually. Everyone I've bumped into is happy to sit and talk to you. They're all really friendly. No one's, apart from you, getting in a fight. But don't steal people's chips.
I don't. That's on me. I was very drunk and tried to steal a man's chips.
Everyone's like, come back to the camp. Everyone's really happy to chill out. So it's quite a nice laid back experience.
Absolutely.
So what have you got planned for your show today? You got anything special planned, or are you just going to go, this is what we did in Oxford, this is why we're here, and show Bloodstock your best?
Well, we had a talk about it, and that's pretty much what we decided. We thought, why change it? We got through playing this style, just play that again. That's what people put us through for. So let's show people that's what we do. We've got three songs off our new EP that isn't out yet, and then one brand new track as well.
So I was going to ask what you've got coming up. So your EP, when's that out?
It was actually finished on Friday. Yes. We got the calls to say it was done, but we've been off the grid, so we've not really had an opportunity to sort of sit and listen to it.
So coming soon.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I think around a good time for us, I think we'd probably be going towards sort of maybe the end of the summer, possibly like what would be the school half term, because it might give us an opportunity to maybe put a little miniature tour together and stuff like that. And also we need to work around our bass player schedule, who's being a selfish bastard and deciding he's going to go back to Glasgow for a year to continue his education, which I'm not against. But it makes scheduling a little bit difficult, but we'll make it work as we've always made it work. So
now, as a teacher, I have to say that continuing education is a very, very important thing.
Absolutely.
And as a resident of Glasgow, I have to say that you shouldn't go there.
I'll let him know. Have you got a prospectus?
High school teacher, so. Have you got any dates actually lined up at the minute, or is this just you waiting for the EP to come out before you start nailing anything down?
Waiting for the EP to come out, and we've got to wait and find out what his schedule is, so that we can know when we can actually start booking gigs.
So basically, so far during this interview, you got rid of your drummer and you get a bit pissed off your bassist, and I'm feeling really bad about this.
It's fine. Me and Harry, the guitarist, we're going to start our own little thing up. I'm going to get a little acoustic bass out. It'll be sweet.
I think Josh actually going away for a year is actually, I think it's going to motivate us to sort of keep our scheduling strict, because he's given us sort of very strict guidelines as to when he is and isn't available. So we know that it's like, I'm free for 2 weeks in October, and we can go, right, we can spend a week in the studio practicing, and then we can have our guys brute force management have just started sort of like being a sort of a bit of a booking agent for us and helping take that stress away from us. They can go, right, these are the dates that are available, let's hit the road, let's do it, get in the van, go play some awesome shows.
Sweet. So basically we've got stuff coming up for you towards the end of the year.
Absolutely.
Maybe some dates around then, beginning of next year.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. On our selfish bass player.
It's always the bass player, isn't it?
Always the bass player.
Yeah, there's always somebody in the band, and it's just, why is it always the bass player?
Yeah, I know. I'm just glad it isn't me.
Well, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Enjoy your show today.
Excellent. Cheers, man.
Thank you very much, man.
Hopefully we'll catch you later on, and I'm sure we'll hear from you in the next few months.
Oh yes.
Excellent.
Brilliant. Great.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks very much.
Guys. Cheers.